into Innovation, which was opened just in 2019. So it's got some really cool new lab equipment that we'll get to peek at. Right here is one of my favorite classrooms. I got to actually TA in this classroom, and it was really a dynamic workplace because you'll see all the computers and screens in this room. They actually allow for the teacher to beam stuff up on all the screens at once, or for students to do group work. All the tables are also very mobile, which helps both for COVID and for group work once COVID is done. And it makes for a really, really useful classroom, and it's being used for CS classes, all sorts of science classes, and pretty much anything. About 90% of students next year will have a class in this building, regardless of being in CEMS or any other major. So it brings together a really good mixing spot of people and builds a really good community, I believe.
What's your favorite class at UVM so far?
Ooh, I think this is a good question for Nick.
So one of my favorite classes that I've taken here at UVM is called Applied Thermodynamics, and it built on all these fundamental principles that we learned in Intro to Thermodynamics, but we just got to apply them in 3 major units, which it was so cool because that was really one of the first classes where I got to see all this material applied to real life scenarios. So this first unit we did focused on auto and diesel engines. We were looking at different aircraft and different automobiles and things of that nature. The next unit we completely moved on and looked at renewable energy. We're talking solar, wind, nuclear power, which was really cool to see how all those different things work and being able to relate that same material that we learned. And then we talked about heating and refrigeration and cooling, really integral things that you don't think about super often, but are incorporated into every part of our society. So it was really nice to see that material that we've been learning and really studying super hard applied to, you know, everyday scenarios. So definitely one of my favorite classes with one of my favorite professors who hopefully will be seeing me on this tour.
Another question that came in, what kind of resources are there for entrepreneurship?
That's a pretty good question. I'll take a couple points and maybe Nick has a couple more. So a couple things outside of the college, we have residential learning communities that are centered around building entrepreneurial abilities. So you live with a community of people with like-minded interests, which really helps you develop your entrepreneurial skills, your communication skills and stuff like that. We've also got a lot of clubs that I think have a lot of entrepreneurial spirit. And not only that, but with advising and stuff from professors, you'll get pointed towards a lot of funding that's accessible through the college. And there's a lot of advising to help you get into that kind of stuff. Is there any other specifics for entrepreneurship?
I think you covered it really well. I know I definitely get a fair share of emails from professors and students that are reaching out with different research opportunities or summer co-op internship programs. We can really get involved, starting new clubs and things of that nature. You can also look through our career center too, if you're looking outside of the school as well, looking at different internship and research opportunities as well.
Yeah, and I'll just add, hope you don't mind I jump in here, but we do have various competitions where you can get funding if you have an idea for a company as well.
Yeah. All right.
Opportunities.